Okay, so we finished building out the boxes. So we've built out this box, and then we did the same thing on this side, except we did not take it all the way back to the wall because we have the heater hose entrance over in the corner, and we wanted some space for the heater hose to be able to wrap around. So we did cover it with insulation, and so that heater hose will just go into the bathroom. It'll tee off and go into the bathroom. So on this side, we left a large hole here, and that is for in case we want to run, use this as a wire run. The bed will actually sit up about 10 inches, and so there'll be about 3 or 4 inches between the top of this and the top of the bed, which leaves enough room for our 12-volt circuitry. So this 12 volts, there'll be one 12-volt receptacle and a light in each of the beds, but they're not going to be wired directly. They're going to be wired through a relay board, which will allow us to turn them on and off, kind of at our discretion with the smartphone app. So if it's time for bed, we just turn all the lights off, and then, there's no way for them to turn them on. So anyway, that relay board will live under here, and if we need to run more wires, we made the hole big enough so we can get our hand in and pull wires through and just continue the chase into the back. Anyway, the next step now is running those actual wires. So we're going to run 12-volt wires into each of the beds, and so we'll run them up through the walls, and then once we're finished with that, we'll start actually trying to build up the walls.
Good, just like that.
Look at you, you're a zip tying professional now. Is it so hard?
No.
Good job.
Good work, dude.
Look.
Yeah, that's good work.
All right, so it's time to start on the wall. So for the wall, we're going to have slatted wood for the wall, but for the bottom, it needs to support our bed frame, and so it needs to be a little bit thicker. So we're going to use 3/4 inch, and it's just going to go right above the mattress line, so you really won't be able to see it. And then the slats will actually be 1/2 inch, but we're going to go ahead and do that. It's going to curve around here, come up and over, and just be about 3 inches above the whole thing. And then we'll start working on getting the slats made.
Yeah, bees.
Because they only have one stinger and they need it in their backside to live.
a pocket screw inspector, shouldn't it?
There. Good.
All right, so we've got this side in. We've gone ahead and cut this piece so that it fits the shape, and we've screwed it into the metal ribs that are behind these furring strips. So in addition, in the back, we went ahead and screwed it to this wall and then pocket holed it into the base there. So this should be nice and strong to be able to hold the rail that's going to hold the bed. So we're going to have a piece of angle iron that will work as the base for the bed that will mount over here and will be level with this. And it should be about 3 or 4 inches taller than this so that airflow is allowed to go underneath the bed. Similarly, we've gone ahead and done the other side. On this side, we didn't have the need for a heater hose, and so we were able to take the box all the way back to the wall. And so this provides a nice stable thing here. We've pocket holed it into here. Again, we've hit the ribs, the metal ribs wherever we could, and pocket hold it down also onto the bench in the back. So again, like the other side, the bed will come across here, so there'll be a piece of angle iron here which will hold slats, and then that will allow air to be able to breathe under the bed. So anyway, the plan is to have this kind of space here, and then we'll have the control for the 12-volt stuff here, which is what these wires are, and then here we'll have a dresser that, or a drawer that pulls out here. So all these wires will be back in the back. We'll fold those up and tuck them in the back, and so that's the plan for this rear room.
Alright, so we're going to start installing the first few of these. Actually, our original plan was that we were going to paint all these white, and the whole, like all the walls and the ceiling were going to be white. And then the more we thought about it, the more we felt like this is going to be next to the kids' beds, and hands and feet touching these walls all the time. They're going to need to be cleaned pretty frequently. So we changed our mind, and we're going to leave them the natural pre-finished birch up to kind of where the ceiling and the curve starts, and then we'll still make the ceiling white, but we're going to leave the walls here natural that are up next to the bunk beds to hopefully have a better shot at keeping those a little cleaner with hands and feet. So we're going to go ahead and start installing then these first few, and we are just going to wood glue and brad nail them into our furring strips. And we have used our router table to chamfer little, like, you know, little 45s into the edges, and that will sort of create the look of like a tongue and groove without it actually being tongue and groove. So that's what we're doing. We're going to get started and just work our way up the wall and get these installed. right, so we have all of the side walls finished on both sides. We just copied on the passenger side exactly what we did on the driver's side. We still have to trim out the windows, which will be another project for another day. But, you know, it's starting to come together between the back wall being done and now side walls being done. We feel like it's actually starting to look like a little bit of a room in here. So that's going to be kind of it for today. And then the next project we'll hit will be the ceiling in here, which will be a little bit more of a challenge with, again, with all the curves and everything. So that's what's going to be coming up next.